Matt-Trakker's gonna live the nation, and Spectrum's got such supervision. M.a.s.k is a mighty power that could save the day. M.a.s.k, no one knows what lies behind the mask charade. M.a.s.k, always riding out on Venom's trail. Comes to the laser rays, fire away.
Hey everybody, it's Bill from Matt-Trakker.com and welcome to this episode of Behind the Mask. In this episode, I wanted to take a look at the clones. And for those of you who just said, what? Well, there was a series known as Split Seconds who released clone figures of the primary drivers of the vehicles. And for those of you who live in North America, you probably didn't know they were around. I've talked about it before in the past, but the Split Seconds line, I didn't know about it until I started recollecting. Even then, it was surprising to know that m.a.s.k kept carrying on after the racing series with nothing to really drive it. There wasn't a cartoon, there wasn't a comic book, there wasn't even really commercials for it that I remember, and I haven't been able to find any m.a.s.k commercials for the Split Seconds line. If you've seen them, come across them, let me know. The only thing I've seen are the in-the-box advertisements that you would have gotten with a Split Seconds vehicle. So it's very odd. The premise of them was that you had a primary driver and that the clone will be able to operate the other part of the vehicle. And as a, 7-year-old, 8-year-old at that time, or however old you were, without something really telling you what you were playing with, it was hard to really grasp it. And think about it for a second. You were a m.a.s.k expert when you were younger because of the cartoon, the comics. You had all of that knowledge in front of you to be able to then impart to the toys. Without anything really driving it with the Split Seconds line, you're like, okay, if you had these, I got a uncolored version of the figure. And by uncolored, I mean it doesn't have any actual paint on it. It's just like a clear plastic color. And you can see that by the cover shot that I did. It's just, and there really wasn't a lot of rhyme or reason to the colors. Some of them matched some of the primary colors on the figure, but not all of them did. And it just kind of begs the question of, all right, so you're in a board meeting and you're coming up with this, this line, or if you're pitching the toy itself and you say Split Seconds and they split, but then you get a clone. The Split Seconds line probably could have still worked with a 2-figure tandem, not a clone. But you would have to have more elaborate vehicles out of it. You would have to have something where 2 people can sit in before that, and then they can then split off to the other one. Like Rhino or Bulldog or Outlaw. You would have to have some spot for that second person to be until then. So it's kind of a gimmick to get around the fact that you're designing a toy that's meant for 1 figure and not 2, and then all of a sudden here's my clone, although I consider it more like a hologram. And again, without context from anybody, you can call it whatever you want, really, but they're called clones. I go hologram. I think of Hocus Pocus when I'm looking at these things, and it's just odd. The vehicles themselves are some of the poorer ones in the line. There are some that do kind of shine above the rest. I've talked about Fire Force in the past. I just covered Detonator. I don't love Detonator, but I do like the coloring of it. And there's a couple of them in there that are really just like Billboard Blast level, and that's pretty bad. The figures themselves, they're not spectacular. If you own any of the primary figures, you're getting just a clear view of the other figure. So the process and the concept could be neat, but it needed something to drive it. It needed something to tell the story, and I don't know of anything that did that. And that's the biggest problem I have with this. Now, not all these figures are awful. My favorite one out of it is the Gloria Baker one. It's got like a grayish white color, and it's not, it looks like Gloria Baker because of them being so negligent with her character and putting her in this line. If you watch my agent profile, you know that Gloria didn't appear until this line, split seconds. And you, living in North America, didn't even know about it. So you were probably pretending that, I don't know, I was looking up here at my figure shelf, and the first one I looked at was Julio Lopez. You're probably thinking Julio Lopez was Gloria Baker, pretending, because all you could do. They're not. Look, the colors. They're nothing to write home about. I'm trying to hold them all up at once here, and it's probably going to fall. Oh, I'm getting there. I'm getting it. Okay. So, the colors are not going to I just don't know how to describe it. Why would you not? All right. So if the figure line was dying, if the toy line was dying, was this just, hey, let's just get one more thing out there? Or was this, hey, let's try to resurrect? For me, I don't see resurrection in this line. It just kind of feels like, all right, we're out of funds, we're out of time, let's push this out, and let's not even tell anybody what it is. That's how I feel about it. And this is just me kind of talking about the clones themselves, not the whole line itself. The whole line, it does have a lot of questions to be answered, but the clones themselves, I feel, was a way to add that gimmick of two figures into a vehicle that was designed for one. Think about it like, getting Rhino, getting, Boulder Hill, getting Volcano, Outlaw. You got two figures with that toy. That's a big deal. Not only are you getting one of the larger toys in the set, you're getting two figures with it. That meant a lot to a 5 to 8-year-old at that time. And I felt like they were trying to do that here, and it just really, really fell short. Aside from Gloria, and maybe I don't even like the Matt-Trakker figure, to be honest, out of the set. I don't even like it. It's just, but I had to have it in the set. And speaking of that figure, I do have an extra one of the primary. The mask is a little broken, and he's got a little paint wear on his face. But if you need this figure, I'm giving it away in this video here. All you have to do is be subscribed to the channel, give us a like and a comment on your take of the clones, and I'll pick a winner at random. If you live outside of the United States, there will be a shipping charge. I'm sorry about that. But if you're inside the United States and you win, congratulations. And if you're outside, congratulations as well. But again, Skywalt Matt-Trakker up for win here. If you need it for your collection, say it's not my favorite Matt-Trakker, but if you're going for all of them and you're looking for a display piece or one to just add to your collection, here's a good way to go. So again, let me know your thoughts on the clones themselves, a little bit about the split seconds line, but mostly the clones. What is your take on how they came to be and why they came to be? And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to help keep M.a.s.k alive. And this is Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and I'll talk to you later.
Spectrum's got such supervision.